Magar I am worried about the safety of my husband.
Jailed cop Sanjeev Bhatt's wife breaks down, says the Modi government was hounding her and her husband like they were terrorists.
Fact, we know that even above that level, households are vulnerable. Now the Planning Commission is not taking the view and has never taken the view.
Outrage finally hits home. The government reconsiders its 32 rupees per day poverty line.
The strike will continue, the intensity of the movement will continue till the government of India comes to announce for formation of Telangana state with a clear-cut time frame and a clear-cut road map.
Telangana tangle remains. Telangana Rashtriya Samiti chief dissatisfied with talks with the Prime Minister, says will intensify stir back home. Auto rickshaw drivers turn violent as your commuting nightmares come true. At the market, NewsX plunges 350 points in intraday trade on global cues. And the nation joins West Bengal in celebrating Durga Puja. First up, let's tell you on the Telangana front what's the latest. Well, the stalemate over the statehood continues. Talks between TRS chief K. Chandrasekhar Rao and Prime Minister Manmohan Singh have failed. KCR, on meeting the Prime Minister, said they were not satisfied with the Prime Minister's response and the agitation won't end until the government came out with a clear-cut roadmap on the creation of Telangana.
We have requested the Prime Minister to please expedite the matter. If you want to stop the strike, if you want to stop the suicides which have been committed in Telangana, please come forward, move forward and expedite the matter. That is what we have requested. He said we are in the process, but he did not give us a clear-cut assurance. He said we are only working, we are processing, we are talking to people, we require some more time. All this he was telling. I don't think, he also said that we recognize the urgency, but let us see how far. I am very clearly telling, since I have reached in Delhi, since I have reached from the time in Delhi, this time neither the strike is going to relent nor it is going to cease. The strike will continue, the intensity of the movement will continue till the government of India comes to announce for formation of Telangana state with a clear-cut time frame and a clear-cut road map.
Let's get in Jabaki Borthakur, our correspondent, reporting live on the latest. Jabaki, clearly no solution seems to be in sight. This crucial meet again not ending that stalemate.
Well, yes, there seems to be a deadlock now with the meeting that KCR had with the Prime Minister. Now, let us tell you that early on also there were several meetings with the Prime Minister on the Telangana issue. That time the Prime Minister had categorically said that they really cannot look into it. And today also, even if the Prime Minister on the face of it gave some ray of hope by saying that they are looking into the process, yet then the Telangana, the committee is completely dissatisfied because they feel that proper answers have not been given and commitments have not been given, as KCR just spoke to the media. Also, we have seen that the strike has been going on for a very long time. The entire state machinery is paralyzed, and from every walk of life, people seem to be supporting this agitation. So clearly, politically, what the the rebels here say, the KCR's party TRS or the Congress rebels, they say that politically a solution is required. And you can hear the tone and tenor. There seems to be a turf war on. It seems to be a high voltage drama ready to unfold in the next week. In case the government does not relent into the demands, KCR already said that he might go for another fast onto that. So that will be another important event to keep the,
right, Jabaki. So things could get heated up next week. It looks like at this point in time. Thanks so much for joining us with the latest. Over to Jammu and Kashmir, where tremors from the custodial death of Haji Yusuf Shah have created a tsunami that has shamed the democracy today. The clash over the opposition's demand for Omar Abdullah's resignation to enable a fair probe descended into utter chaos. Abuses were hurled, MLAs brawled, even the speaker, who was the custodian of the house, lost control.
Pandemonium in the Jammu and Kashmir Assembly. After PDP's demand for an adjournment motion to discuss the mysterious custodial death of Haji Yusuf was rejected by the Speaker. And then what followed is a shame for every citizen who elected these representatives. The PDP and Umar's party indulging in a verbal slugfest. No let up from either side. Suddenly, the focus shifted to the well of the house, where this man, PDP MLA Iftikhar Ansari, and the Speaker of the Assembly, Muhammad Akbar Lone, hurled abuses at one another. The PDP MLA's anger manifesting into this. Lifting the fan kept right in front of him, hurling it at the Speaker. Watch again. A shocking, shameful act by this politician. And if that weren't enough, Ansari even tried to jump over his desk, but was stopped in time by a fellow MLA. The Speaker adding to the theatrics, agitated at Ansari's bold move, while the Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister refused to add to the ruckus. Marshals forced to step in, trying to bring the situation under control. And all through the high drama, this lady, the PDP Chief Mehbooba Mufti, was watching the action, more as a part of an audience, as though she weren't part of this script. Juxtapose this with the Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister, calm and composed, putting up a brave front, not moving from his chair even when the high drama took an ugly turn. 3 adjournments in the day, but these politicians were still out of control, forcing the agitated Speaker to adjourn the Assembly for the day. But even as the opposition took the fight out of the Assembly, this act will always be remembered as a shame on democracy. Bureau Report, NewsX.
And just hours after that pandemonium in Assembly over the death issue, Chief Minister Omar Abdullah decided to break his silence on the allegations made against him. And with this, one of a series of self-goals that have dogged his tenure, Omar is on the defensive despite the show of defiance.
Facts have been twisted, distorted, that I acted as responsibly as I was expected to. It is very easy to make assumptions and to level allegations.
There's just no respite for Omar Abdullah. He's lurching from crisis to crisis, defending himself in forum after forum. The latest, his third own goal in less than a month.
So a number of self-goals for Omar Abdullah really. First there was fiasco with the tweet on Afzal Guru that backfired on his party. Then came the shocking insensitivity over revealing the names of rape victims in the state over the last 5 years. And now this.
The trail of the custodial death of Haji Yusuf Shah leads right to the Chief Minister's door. Watch this footage as it undeniably casts a dubious shadow over Omar's alleged role. You can see in these pictures Haji Yusuf Shah entering the premises, and then a little while later you can see he's escorted out by security men to be sent to police custody. Omar claims the footage is proof enough that this man, he walked out hale and hearty. The PDP, however, insists the footage is doctored or may even be from an earlier date, since Haji was a frequent visitor to Omar Abdullah's residence. Omar, of course, strongly defends himself and hits out at allegations as the probe gets underway.
No effort has been spared to ensure that the truth is made known. All that is requested of you is that you allow the Judicial Commission of Inquiry to conclude its findings. I am not going to respond to these allegations either through the press or in person. I am already in touch with my lawyers, and my lawyers will respond to these allegations in the form of a defamation notice, which will be taken to its logical conclusion.
The opposition is not just skeptical, but it's going for the jugular.
Then we were asking for adjournment. And whenever he sees us, he gets irritated. That's all. Because it has been given him a direction.
For the first time in the history of our country, any chief minister summons people, very important people, acts as a judge, as a jury, as an interrogator, and also carries out the execution.
Remember, it's been a stormy ride for Omar Abdullah. He just about found peace after the events of last year that threatened to unseat him and force early polls. Now he's once again battling the odds. Only this time, he brought the situation upon himself. Bureau Report, NewsX.
Alright, moving to Gujarat now, where Chief Minister Narendra Modi beta top cop Sanjeev Bhatt will now be spending at least another night in Sabarmati jail. The suspended DIG's bail plea in the case of forcing an affidavit out of the junior, accusing Modi for allegedly dubious role in the 2002 post-Godhra riots, has now been deferred till tomorrow. Here's the latest on the saga.
Gujarat Chief Minister Narendra Modi will have the satisfaction of keeping his biggest detractor in recent times in jail for another day, after a Gujarat court deferred the bail for 24 hours. The detention pits these two men against each other for the third straight time. The Modi versus Bhatt saga has seen Bhatt submit an affidavit in court accusing Modi of complicity in riots and writing an open letter slamming Modi's Sadbhavna mission. The Modi government hits back by filing FIR against Bhatt for fabricating evidence, and now Bhatt is remanded to judicial custody till Tuesday.
Today we have filed a bail application in case of Mr. Sanjeev Bhatt, and the matter is listed for hearing tomorrow. So probably by tomorrow the matter would be heard.
Bhatt's wife has written to the Home Minister that she fears for her husband's life.
Safety तो ठीक है, मगर I am worried about the safety of my husband. In fact,
for the record, Bhatt has been slapped with serious charges that the court has admitted. A local court in Ahmedabad has issued notice to Gujarat government on the suspended cop's bail plea. Bhatt had been arrested on Friday on the basis of FRI lodged against him on charges of threatening and fabricating evidence.
Across the metros away from Ahmedabad, several social right groups have held vigils and silent protests slamming Modi for victimizing dissenters. Political parties have also been unsparing. The Congress has come down heavily on what clearly looks like vendetta politics.
Mr. Modi and the BJP more particularly has a very respectable lineage, a consistent pattern of vendetta-filled action.
The outrage isn't misplaced. Experts point to at least 3 or 4 instances in the past when Modi has targeted whistleblowers and dissenters. Deputy IGP Rajneesh Rai faced adverse remarks on his confidential report for implicating the former Home Minister Amit Shah. Former DGP RB Srikumar faced flack for alleging Modi diverted secret funds. Social activist Malika Sarabhai was arrested last month for demanding justice for riot victims. And now the IPS officer Sanjeev Bhatt faces numerous charges. Experts say that if Modi, who has recently launched himself into the national mainstream, wants to connect with the voter, he will have to show greater tolerance towards voices of dissent and free speech. Bureau Report, NewsX.
Now, under fire from all quarters over the 32 rupees per day poverty benchmark, the Planning Commission today did a U-turn and disowned the figure as mere statistic based on the Tendulkar report. The panel has now declared that there will be no cap on beneficiaries of the targeted welfare schemes that are meant for the poor.
One is the poverty line issue, and the other is the link between the poverty line and the beneficiary-oriented programs. That this is a poverty line. This is not a comfort level of living. This is not a acceptable level of living. And we accepted the recommendations of the committee. That's only relevant for judging whether development is getting down to the poor.
The Planning Commission Deputy Chairman disowning the 32 rupees per day poverty baseline. At a packed press conference, he offered at least 3 to 4 clarifications.
As a result of the acceptance of the Tendulkar Committee report, the percentage of the population, total population in poverty, increased from about 27.5% earlier to 37.2%. So I want to point out that sometimes the allegation is made that the Planning Commission is trying to understate poverty. This is simply not true. We ourselves, for the first time, appointed a review committee, and we accepted the recommendations of the committee that the poverty line